Fans are stunned. The internet is gasping. TikTok is flooded with reaction videos, and Twitter, X, has turned into a full-blown courtroom. Why? Because J. Cole just dropped The Fall Off, and nothing will ever be the same again. From the moment it hit streaming platforms at midnight, The Fall Off sent shockwaves through the culture. But it wasn't just the bars. It wasn't just the features. It wasn't just the fact that Cole, the humble monk of hip-hop, finally let the world see the storm he's been bottling for years. It was what he said, it was who he exposed, and it was what it means for the game. This isn't just an album. It's a confession. It's a manifesto. It's a funeral and a rebirth all at once. And if you thought J. Cole was the peaceful one, the neutral one, the quiet conscience of the culture, you weren't ready for this version of him. Because on The Fall Off, Cole doesn't just reflect. He unleashes. And from the moment the first track opens with a voicemail from his own mother, whispering, "Tell them the truth, Jermaine," you already know what time it is. The beats are darker. The features are surgical. The words, explosive. Cole didn't just drop an album. He dropped a bomb. And tonight, we're breaking down everything, from alleged disses and subliminal betrayals to social media meltdowns, industry panic, and a surprise ending that has fans screaming, crying, throwing up, and questioning everything they thought they knew about hip-hop's quiet king. Because this changes everything. Let's get into it. It all started at 11:59 p.m. The world was still. Timelines were quiet. Fans were half asleep, playlists on shuffle, and then boom. The Fall Off hit like thunder on a clear day. No trailer, no tweet, no warning, just an album, 12 tracks, a black cover, and a single line on the upload description. If they don't feel this, it was never about the music. J. Cole, and with that, hip-hop cracked open. Within 30 minutes, the internet was upside down. TikTok was a mess of instant reactions. Fans were literally filming themselves crying, screaming, pulling over in traffic. YouTubers jumped on live. Rap Twitter started eating itself alive. The hashtag #Cole said what he said was trending at one worldwide within the hour. But let's back up, because the build-up to The Fall Off was anything but simple. For years, Cole teased it. We saw hints in 1985, whispers in interviews, posters in the background of music videos, references buried deep in his freestyles. And then, silence. Nothing. Some fans thought he scrapped it. Others thought he was waiting for the perfect moment. Turns out, he was watching, taking notes, building pressure like a volcano. And when it erupted, it didn't just reshape his image. It changed the landscape of hip-hop entirely. Let's talk about track 1. Titled Third Child, it opens with a voicemail. A real voicemail from Cole's mom, soft-spoken, emotional. "You always carried it alone, Jermaine, but sometimes the truth gotta hurt you too." Then, boom. Beat drops, it's sinister, almost cold. And Cole, he doesn't warm you up. He jumps into the fire. "I seen brothers talk peace, then plot moves in silence. I gave love to cowards, now I'm choosing violence." Fans were immediately dissecting it. Some swore he was talking about Drake. Others said it was about Kendrick. But one thing was clear, this was not the poetic, "Love yours, Cole we met in 2014. This Cole had battle scars. By track 2, titled Saints and Sinners, he was naming names. No bleeps, no metaphors. He dropped bars that sounded like confessions and indictments at the same time. Knew a boy from the 6, he wore masks for the fame, but even Judas ate with Jesus before flipping the name. Hold up. Is Cole calling Drake Judas? Twitter blew up. Even academics started weighing in. Rap analysts were pulling up interviews, timelines, everything. People started revisiting every joint collab. The In the Morning video, the Dreamville Fest performance, the handshakes, the smiles, was it all fake? And just as fans were losing their minds, a new twist hit. A tweet from @TheRealBoz, Cole's right-hand Dreamville brother, dropped 5 words that broke the internet. It was never about friendship. Wait, what? Are they confirming the shots? And just when it couldn't get any crazier, someone spotted that Drake unfollowed both J. Cole and the official Dreamville account within an hour of the album drop. Let that sink in. Cole drops The Fall Off. Drake hits unfollow. No tweet, no shade post, just silence. That Toronto silence. And in this game, that silence speaks louder than a diss track. Back on the album by track 4, Church on Sunday, Cole shifts gears. The beat switches. Softer. Gospel sample. But the bars, still deadly. They prayed for my patience. I waited, now I'm the blade. They created a prophet turned pariah when the mirror got too sacred. This track sparked spiritual panic across TikTok. People were breaking down the religious symbolism like it was a theology class. The bar about being the blade they created was seen as a direct message to fans, especially the ones who turned on him during the Kendrick/Drake beef triangle. Because let's not forget, when Cole apologized on stage earlier this year for false prophets, he got roasted. Fans called him soft. Some said he picked the wrong side, some said he backed out. But now, he's spinning that narrative on its head. He's saying he saw it all. He just wasn't ready to speak until now. On Carolina Blood, track 6, he turns inward. The beat is stripped down, just a haunting piano loop and a heartbeat drum. Cole starts talking about his past, his childhood, his fears. But midway through, it shifts. He starts talking about his son. If they shoot me, tell my son I spoke loud, tell him I ain't kneel for no crowns, just stood proud. Bro, people were in shambles. It's not just a diss album. It's not just a vent session. It's a farewell letter to the version of Cole we thought we knew. And maybe to the rap game itself. Because this ain't the Cole we met on Friday Night Lights. This isn't Forest Hills Drive Cole. This is a man who's looked at the mountaintop, seen the fake smiles and whispered betrayals, and decided to torch it all on his way down. And the world is watching. Within 4 hours, the Fall Off hit 1 in 62 countries. Apple Music had to update their servers. Spotify made a custom banner. Even LeBron James tweeted, "Jay, Cole just dropped one of the realest albums I've heard in 15 years. This ain't music. This soul." Meanwhile, the industry, terrified. An unnamed Atlantic Records exec allegedly posted in a private Discord, "Every artist right now is in the group chat like, did he mention me?" Labels are already combing through the lyrics, trying to figure out if their roster has been scorched. And back at OVO, sources say Drake canceled a scheduled video shoot that same morning. One source allegedly overheard him saying, "He's not built like this, I raised him." I raised him, the father-son angle again, the drama writes itself. And Kendrick, still silent, no tweets, no stories. But someone caught a screenshot of his Spotify activity. He was streaming the Fall Off at 2:11 a.m. Fans are now calling this the Midnight War. Because what we're witnessing isn't just an album rollout. It's a power shift. It's the moment Cole stepped out from the shadows, left the humble monk image behind, and embraced the chaos he's been quietly absorbing for years. And the game? It's trembling, but we're only halfway through. There's a twist coming, and it changes everything. Track 7 changed everything. Titled "Loyalty Ain't Linear," the song began with a sample of a 1998 interview between Tupac and a radio host in Oakland. Pac was speaking softly, saying, "Sometimes you love people so much, it blinds you from the knife in their hand." Then the beat creeps in, no bassline, just echoing snares and haunting strings. Cold, distant, like the sound of a memory you wish you could forget. And then J. Cole speaks. But this time, he's not rapping, he's talking. "Let me tell y'all something about loyalty. It don't always look like standing beside somebody. Sometimes loyalty mean walking away before you gotta bury M." That one line, that one breath, was all it took to split the internet into two. Immediately, Twitter theorists locked in. Reddit exploded with 200 comment threads. Think pieces started flooding Medium like it was 2015 again. People needed to know, was this a shot at Kendrick? Because if it wasn't about Kendrick, who else could it be? Some said it was a dual-edged blade. That Cole was speaking on both Drake and Kendrick. That he was telling the world he walked away from both, because staying would have forced him to compromise everything he stood for. Everything they once stood for. And as if that wasn't enough, Cole's team posted an IG story of a burning ladder. No caption, no logo, just a visual. The symbolism was immediate, no more climbing, no more reaching. He's not playing the industry game anymore. The ladder's gone. The fall off is the fall through the ceiling and into himself. Track 8, Every Man for Himself, is where the album goes full Thriller. Cole goes off. Gone is the soft-spoken poet. This version, ruthless, calculating, reflective but without remorse. I shared stages with statues, broke bread with mannequins, smiled at vipers, sipped from cracked chalices. The flow, relentless, no hook. Just raw verses layered with bar after bar of betrayal, industry fakes, and years of unspoken tension. And one line in particular, Hugh. He wrote my name in italics in his prayers, but bolded his envy in the shade of his stares. TikTok detectives did not let that one go. Within minutes, they found a clip from Kendrick's Damn tour in 2017, where he briefly shouted out Cole during a prayer chant on stage. Was Cole referencing that exact moment? And was he saying Kendrick envied him this whole time? One creator went viral breaking it down. Cole saying, "You lifted me up in public, but you hated me in private." That's a different kind of heartbreak. That's David and Saul type tension. And that's what this album is starting to feel like, not just war, not just drama, but biblical. By track 9, Vultures at My Wake, Cole is practically eulogizing himself. The beat sounds like it's echoing inside a cathedral. Reversed organs, choral harmonies pitched low, and a hook that doesn't feel like a chorus. It feels like a warning. If I go out today, bury me with my pen, let the ink soak the soil till they see where I've been. He's not making this album for charts. He's not making it for validation. He's making it to leave something behind. And in a culture so obsessed with relevance and trend chasing, Cole's reminding everyone he's not here for temporary greatness. He's here for forever. Then track 10 dropped, The Dinner Table. And everything spiraled again. It opens with the sound of cutlery, glasses clinking, people laughing in the distance. Then a voice, familiar, very familiar. It's Drake. A snippet from an old Instagram live in 2020 where Drake is heard laughing and saying, "Cole, my brother, man, like, we ain't even in competition, we eat at the same table." Then the beat drops, and Cole obliterates him. "We ate good, till you fed the press with stories you crafted, had him paint me as the monk while you played the pastor." Fans were gagged. This wasn't just about music anymore. This was about betrayal, about friendship turned fiction, about private dinners turned public deception. One verse later, he goes even deeper. "You told me they'd turn if I turned too loud, so I whispered through albums, just to make you proud." This line had fans questioning everything. Was Cole holding back all these years out of respect for Drake, for Kendrick, for the idea of unity? And now, after all the restraint, he's finally free? This wasn't just a record, it was therapy. On track 11, Fade Me Not, Cole slows down. The beat is a single acoustic loop, soft hi-hats, vinyl crackle in the background. A beat meant for confessions, and that's exactly what we get. Cole opens the song saying, "I knew this would make some of y'all hate me. I made peace with that." Then he addresses the fans directly. "You wanted truth, I gave you blood. You wanted peace, I gave you silence. Now you get both." He's not apologizing. He's not softening the blow. He's saying, "I told you who I was. You just liked the version that didn't speak too loud." And it hit fans in the chest. Even longtime Cole stans admitted this one hurt, because it made them realize they weren't ready for the real Cole. They just loved the palatable one. And then we hit the final track. Track 12, The Fall Off. The title track, a quiet piano opens. Cole's voice is low, almost whispering. "If this my last one, let it echo through the cold rooms of the gatekeepers and echoes." Then the beat explodes. Strings, live drums. A gospel choir rises in the background, and Cole unleashes every emotion left. He raps about being overlooked, about people calling him boring, about hiding his fire to keep the peace. He speaks on the pressure of being seen as the real, as the role model, as the moral compass while others played the villain and thrived. "I gave you me and y'all wanted myth, so I stepped aside, now here's the gift." And the final line whispers again, "I ain't fall off, I fell back." Boom, track ends, the album cuts to silence, and the rap world forever changed. Within minutes, people were calling it the best album since To Pimp a Butterfly. Rolling Stone issued a midnight update on their website calling it a career-defining project. Billboard posted a tweet saying The Fall Off is tracking to do 720K first week, unheard of in 2026. Apple Music added a special Cole-only station. Jay-Z liked a tweet calling the album culturally seismic, but the biggest response came from an unexpected place, an IG story, black screen, 4 words, "He spoke his piece." And the account at Kendricklammer, no tags, no emojis, just that. And now, the silence is louder than ever, because this isn't just an album. This is a war cry. And Cole just went from the quiet king to the last man standing. And now, the industry waits. The aftermath of the fall off is more than just digital shockwaves and Spotify stats. This isn't a regular album drop. This is the moment hip-hop's quietest warrior kicked in the temple door, stood on the dinner table, and demanded everyone put their forks down and listen. And behind the scenes, it's chaos. Labels are panicking. Artists are hiding. PR teams are scrambling to rewrite press kits. Even streaming platform executives are allegedly requesting internal meetings titled Cole Fallout Response Strategy. Because everyone's realizing something all at once, nothing will be the same after this. Sources close to multiple artists, some too shook to even tweet, say group chats across the rap world are lit up. If your name ain't mentioned, you're still sweating, one insider from a major New York label texted. Because what Cole just did, that wasn't rap beef, that was a reckoning. But even more wild, the emotional damage this album is allegedly causing behind the curtain. A leaked screenshot from a Dreamville tour photographer shows a message from a well-known platinum-selling rapper, whose name was not dropped on the album, but who allegedly DM'd Cole after the drop. Damn bro, was it really like that? The message? Left on read. Cole ain't answering questions, because he already said everything he needed to say. And now, people are turning their attention to the only two artists who can possibly fire back, Drake and Kendrick. And guess what? The silence from both is starting to feel like thunder. Let's talk about Drake. After unfollowing Cole on IG, he's gone eerily quiet. But behind the scenes, there's movement. According to an alleged OVO insider, Drake has 3 different versions of a response track recorded, each with a different tone. One petty, one reflective, and one vicious. The working title? Brother's Keeper. But here's the thing. The source also says Drake is hesitant to drop it. He feels like Cole's playing a different game now. Cole's not throwing shots for sport. He's digging in emotionally. And that's hard to clap back at without looking like you missed the point. And maybe that's true, because while Drake's history is in punchlines and precision, Cole's cut came from a deeper place. His album didn't just diss, it dissected. Still, fans are split. Some are begging Drake to respond. Others are saying if he does, it better be different. No club banger, no sly one-liners. This time, the people want truth. But then there's Kendrick. He's the ghost in the room, the shadow on the wall. Since Cole's release, Kendrick has made no public statement. No retweets, no snippets, no interviews, just that one haunting IG story. He spoke his piece. And what does that mean? Fans are tearing themselves apart over it. Some say Kendrick is done, that he sees the fall off as a closing chapter for all of them, a moment to bow out with grace. Others believe Kendrick is just watching, taking notes, waiting until both sides think it's over, then striking. A popular fan theory is that Kendrick and Cole had a private conversation before the album dropped. That Kendrick knew what was coming. That maybe, just maybe, he even signed off on it. The theory gained traction when PG Lang's official account posted an ambiguous photo just 24 hours after the album release. A single candle in a dark hallway. The caption? Silence ain't surrender. So now fans are asking, is Kendrick loading up or letting it go? And in the middle of all this tension, the most unexpected thing happened. Jay-Z the GOAT himself broke months of silence to tweet, "Every king gotta clean his house before he leaves the kingdom." How that tweet went nuclear, over 8 million likes. Even Beyoncé posted it on her story. YouTube think pieces started popping up titled, "Did Jay-Z just crown J. Cole as his successor?" It would make sense. Let's not forget, Jay signed Cole to Roc Nation, believed in him when the blogs called him boring. And now, he's watching his protege bring truth back into a game, drowning in algorithm plays and clout wars. Meanwhile, Dreamville HQ is practically on fire. Merchandise is sold out. Pop-up listening events are being mobbed. Ari Lennox posted a video of her crying in the studio with the caption, "This man just told the world everything we've been holding in." Even Boz, who's been quiet since his cryptic tweet on release night, posted this. People think it's about who he dissed. Nah, it's about what he finally let out. And THATS the key, because the fall off isn't just about targets. It's about truth. It's about grief. Grief for a game that sold its soul. Grief for friendships lost in fame. Grief for the version of himself that tried to make everyone happy and got disrespected for it. And the fans, they're feeling every bar. One fan made a viral TikTok saying, This album made me wanna call the people I fell out with. Like, for real, this ain't rap beef, this therapy. Another posted a reaction video where they sat in silence for 45 seconds after the final track, whispering, "I don't even know who I am after this." The fall off is doing numbers, of course, but what it's really doing is reconnecting people with why they fell in love with hip-hop in the first place. Because it's not just about who had the flashiest rollout, or the most toxic IG live, or the corniest viral moment. It's about the truth. And when Cole gave us his truth, it cut through everything. The noise, the debates, the beefs, the timelines, he silenced it all. And now, the question isn't just what Drake or Kendrick will say, the question is, do they even want to talk anymore? Because Cole didn't just drop an album, he dropped a mirror. And in this moment, every rapper has to look into it and decide who they really are when the charts fade, when the fans turn, when the industry games stop working. Because if the fall off is what it feels like, it might just be the beginning of a rise, but not just for Cole, for hip-hop itself. Track 13 wasn't even listed on the album. It appeared only after the last song, The Fall Off, faded into silence. For a full minute, the track timer just ran on blank. Fans assumed it was over until a voice came through the static. A low, grainy recording. J. Cole, no beat, no effects, just his voice, tired, raw, and unfiltered. If you're still listening, you probably feel it too. That weight, that ache in your chest, like everything you believed about this game might have been a lie. And just like that, a hidden track, unofficially dubbed the outro letter, set the internet on fire again. It wasn't a song, it was a spoken word eulogy, a farewell, a last gasp of breath before stepping off the ledge. They told me I had to pick a side, that I couldn't love them both, that Kendrick was too cryptic and Drake was too curated. So I stayed quiet, too long. I watched M eat while I fasted, I watched M dance while I bled. It was devastating. Fans were glued to every syllable. Because for the first time, Cole wasn't rapping. He wasn't playing the lyrical technician. He was just talking like a man with nothing left to lose. I was never scared of falling off. I was scared of becoming one of them, a brand, a logo, a headline, a number. And then he paused. I'd rather fall off than fade out. With that, the hidden track ended. No music, no beat drop, just the sound of a mic clicking off. And now, everything is different. Because what J. Cole did with the fall off wasn't just personal. It wasn't just bold, it was historical. No PR campaign, no meme-friendly rollouts, no pre-release singles, just pain, truth, and consequences. And the consequences? They're already reshaping hip-hop's future. Just days after the album dropped, a wave of retaliatory energy hit the game. Multiple rappers, not just Drake or Kendrick, have been indirectly reacting. Let's break down the drama unfolding in real time. First, Drake. After remaining silent for 5 days, he finally made a move. On IG Live, during a brief appearance with Lil Yachty, Drake laughed off a fan comment that said, "Cole cooked you." His response? Cooked. Man, y'all treat emotions like they the same thing as bars. I gave that man his space. Now we'll see what he do with it. Fans were split. Was that a brush off? A veiled warning? Drake also posted a story hours later with a photo of his desk. No caption, just a yellow notepad with the words, June 10, that's the date. June 10, what happens then? Fans speculate that's when Drake plans to release a direct response, possibly a single or an entire project. Some even claim the title of the track is Gravestone Freestyle. And based on a snippet that allegedly leaked from an OVO engineer's Discord, one of the bars includes the line, "You wrote your feelings in cursive, I respond in stone." If true, that's a deathblow bar. Subtle but deadly. Meanwhile, Kendrick is still on his PG Lang Phantom mode. No direct response. But he did appear briefly in the background of a Baby Keem livestream, where fans claim he was overheard saying, "Let the truth breathe before you box it." That one sentence had fans freaking out again. Is Kendrick suggesting Cole rushed his truth, or is he saying his own truth is still on the way? Either way, his silence has become part of the art. Fans are now calling it the Watchtower strategy, a method of letting your opponents exhaust themselves before striking with precision. But the Kendrick rumors go deeper. According to one Clubhouse moderator with alleged connections to Top Dog Entertainment, Kendrick has a project called MIRRORS, that's been sitting ready since 2025. A deeply personal, experimental piece where he reportedly reflects on fame, fallouts, and fractured brotherhood. And now, there's pressure to drop it. But Kendrick won't move on pressure. He never has. And that's the most haunting part. Cole knows that. Some fans believe Cole's album wasn't even a diss to Kendrick, but a call-out. A final cry for clarity between two artists who once talked collaboration and instead fell into Cold War. But beyond the big three, other artists are shaking. Whale posted a cryptic tweet the day after the album dropped. Might be time for me to talk too. Long overdue. People forget Whale and Cole came up side by side. Their relationship, complicated, friendly, competitive, silent. It's unclear whether Whale felt seen by Cole's words or shaded. And then there's Logic, who posted a 5-minute video on YouTube praising the album but saying, "It's crazy that realness gotta hurt this much before people take it serious." The comment section turned into a war zone, with fans arguing about who realness belongs to. Meanwhile, Dreamville is soaring. The Fall Off reportedly surpassed 900K first week, arguably going platinum before a full 7 days. Streaming platforms are scrambling to build Cole-themed playlists, with Apple Music renaming one of their top hip-hop banners to The Monk No More. The cultural shift is palpable. Young rappers are now posting fall-off challenge videos, verses where they admit their flaws, their fears, and their fake friendships in freestyle form. Producers are calling it the vulnerability era. It's no longer about who brags the best, it's about who bleeds the most. And in the middle of this tidal wave, J. Cole has gone silent. No press, no tour announcement, no interviews. Just one post on his personal IG, a photo of his son's drawing, a stick figure with the word dad under it. Caption, "That's the only feature I need." And fans, they get it now. Cole's not chasing streams. He's not chasing status. He's not even chasing legacy. He's chasing peace. But ironically, his search for peace has triggered the loudest response in hip-hop in a decade. And it's only just beginning. Because here's the question no one can answer yet. Will anyone dare to match what Cole just did? To be that honest, that raw, that real? Or has J. Cole just raised the bar so high that even his rivals are scared of the altitude? Only time will tell. But until then, the fall off has become the rise. And now, it's your move. We've broken down the bars, decoded the messages, unraveled the drama, and peeled back the layers of one of the most important rap albums of the decade. The Fall Off wasn't just music, it was a moment, a rupture in the culture. A truth bomb dropped right in the middle of a rap game that's been drowning in noise and silence at the same time. J. Cole stood up, spoke out, and walked away, but not before changing everything. Now the question is for you. What did you hear? Who do you think he was really talking about? Is this Cole's final chapter, or the beginning of his real reign? And most importantly, can anybody match what he just did? Drop your theories, reactions, and hottest takes in the comments below. Let's talk. Let's debate. Let's go bar for bar in that comment section. Don't forget to like this video if you felt any of these lines deep in your chest, hit that subscribe button if you live for real rap, and turn on that notification bell. Because trust, this story is far from over. You're not just watching history, you're a part of it. You're not just watching history, you're a part of it.